morning students. Welcome back to computer science class. So in the previous class already I have explained anatomy of computers. Okay, so anatomy of computers you already here anatomy of computers. So again divided into two categories. One is hardware and the second one is the software. Again this hardware is divided into input and output, central processing unit, memory and different interfaces. Okay, and software is again divided into a system software and application software. This already we have completed. Now we'll discuss about this hardware and different categories of the hardware. Understood? Anatomy of computer is nothing but it is a complete part of a system. That complete part of system is again divided into two categories. One is a hardware and the second one is a software. Again hardware is divided into four categories. Input and output devices, CPU, memory and other interfaces. Okay, and software is again divided into two categories, system software and application software. Okay, in the last class I already have explained what is the system software, what is application software. The software which is designed to operate the system will come under the system software. Examples also already I have given. System software is nothing but the operating system, Android, iOS, that will come under the system software. Application software, the software which is designed for a particular task, for a particular purpose. That software is called as a application software. For application software also already I have given example MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, C, C++, Oracle, all those softwares will come under application softwares. Okay, now today we will complete this. Different hardware devices, input and output, CPU, memory and different interfaces. In this, what is the hardware? Hardware is nothing but the physical components. The physical components which are related to your computers and which you can touch, which you can feel, that type of devices will come under hardware devices. Okay, so hardware is again divided into four categories: input and output devices, memory, CPU and other interface unit. Okay, so today we'll discuss about the input and output devices. The first one is the input. What is the input? Input is nothing but whatever instructions, whatever data you are giving to a system, that is called as the input. What is the input? Whatever data and instructions you are giving to a system is called as the input. And inputs is nothing but whatever input you give, that will be entered, submitted and transferred using different input devices. Okay, so input devices are electronic and electromechanical devices which will provide the communication between the user and the system. Using input devices only, the user can enter data into the system. Clear? And this input devices provides communication between user and the system. Clear? So whatever instructions and data the user has given, that is called as an input. And that input is transferred into the system using different input devices. Okay, so here we have a list of input devices what we are using today. Okay, the first one is keyboard. The second one is the mouse. I will give you the list of the devices. So here you have list of input devices. First you take a screenshot of this. Here I have given 10 devices. 10. Take screenshot of this. Okay. And how many devices you need to write? It depends on marks. Only input devices, if they will give you in an essay question, then you need to write all the devices. Same question if they have given in a 5 marks, then you no need to write all the devices. Just you list out all the devices and you explain about 3 or 4 devices. So depends on the marks you write in the exam. Okay, and this material I will send in the But I will send you it may be in a WhatsApp group or using a Neverskip app. I will send you the material. Okay. So these are the input devices. While I'm explaining, you try to take the running notes. Okay. So input devices. What is the use of the input devices? Input devices are used to give information to the system. Using input devices only, the user can enter information into the system, and that information is stored inside the storage unit. Okay, so these are the input devices, list of the input devices. The first one is the keyboard, the second one is the mouse, third one is the scanner, fourth one is the barcode reader, digital camera, touch sensitive screen. This is MICR, magnetic ink character recognition, light pen, magnetic reader, and microphone. You have number of other input devices also. Just here I have given few input devices. Okay. Now we'll discuss about each and every input device. Okay. Now I will explain you about the keyboard. Keyboard is a common input device. Keyboard contains 104 keys. In some keyboards you have 108 keys, but maximum generally 104 keys you will get. And whenever you press any key on the keyboard, that character is printed on the screen. Okay. So and these keyboards are connected to a system using a USB, like a charger. Charger pin is there, no, like that. For keyboard also you will get one pin like this. Like this. Okay. Some that flat also you will get. Using this will connect it to your CPU. So when you connect this to your CPU, whatever characters you will enter using a keyboard, that will be printed on the screen. Okay. So using keyboard, you can enter information and different instructions to a system. Okay. So this is your keyboard. This is your keyboard. I think you can see keyboard. Here total 104 keys you will get. Okay. At the top, actually here whatever list I have given, according to that I will explain. What is the first one? Alphabet key. Okay. Here how many alphabets you have, you see, from Q to M. All this will come under alphabet keys. Okay. Whenever you press any alphabet, that will be printed on the screen. Okay. The next one, A to Z keys. A to Z. Total 26 keys will come under alphabet keys. What is the next one? Numeric keys. Numeric keys, these are the numeric keys. See, 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9, whatever keys you have, that will come under numeric keys. And on the keyboard, in two places you have a key, numeric keys. This is a numeric key here, and here also top also you have. But if you want to use this, you should use the shift key. Upper one you will get as it is. No problem. You no need to take in support of any other key. But in case of this lower one, you need to use this shift and this one. Okay. And one more thing is, if you want to use this numeric pad numbers, you need to make this active. So when you click on this nums lock, here you will get one LED light. See where is the num lock is there, no? So here that LED light is on means whatever keys you are pressing here, that will be printed. Only the number keys. It is related, num lock is related to only the numeric keys. Okay. So total 0 to 9, here we have a number keys. Understood? Now what is the next one? Functional keys. Functional keys. See, these are all functional keys. F1 to F12. So each and total 12 keys we have. And each and every key, there is a special function. Okay, and that special function is again dependent on the operating system, the software, the application software what you are using. So the general one is F5. Here F5 key used for the refreshing the system. Okay, that is a common key that is used for refreshing the system, and F2 for saving a file. Again, this functionality is changed, is different for a different application software. The functionality of this functional keys is not constant. So it depends on the operating system and it depends on the application software you are using. Based on that, the functionality will change. So this F1, these are all shortcuts to the functionalities. Okay, F1 to F12, 12 functional keys you have on the top. See, F1 to F12. 12 functional keys you have. The next one is navigational key. Navigational keys are nothing but it is used to move the cursor up and down, left and right. So that will come under the navigational key. So here we have a 4 navigation. Up, left, right and the down. 4 navigational keys we have. Next also we have this page up, page down. These 2 keys will also come under the navigational keys as well as the special keys. Understood? Navigation means what? Moving from one place to another place. So here we have a 4 navigational keys which helps the user to move from one place to another place. 4 directions the user can move the mouse pointer, cursor on the screen, and 2 this up and this up arrow for the moving cursor pointer up, and this for the down, and this is for the left, and this is for the right. Page up means directly from the current position your cursor will move to the up means at the first line of the page, and down means it will move the cursor pointer at the end of the page. So these will come under the navigational keys. What is the next one? Control keys. Control keys are used to control the instructions like shift, control, alt. These will come under the control keys which are used to control the work of the system. Okay. The next one is the toggle keys. Toggle keys means here you have a 3 LED lights. Okay. This is for the nums lock, means you can enter the numbers. And caps lock means here actually by default these are all in caps the letter. Here if you press the caps lock, here you will get the light, LED light. Okay, what it means? Caps lock means now whatever letter, same letters you are using for the caps lock as well as the small letter, capital letters, small letters. So whenever you want to write a capital letters, just you press the caps and here you will get a light. Okay, what it means, whatever right now you are entering, that are capital letters. Okay, if the your light is off, what it means, whatever you are entering, that are the small letters, that are not capitals. Okay, next here, scroll lock. Scroll lock you can get. Scrolling, you can lock the scroll screen, means you can stop the screen to move up and down. So these 3 are called as a toggle keys. Okay, the next one is a miscellaneous. Other than these keys, whatever you have a home, insert, delete, this is home, insert, delete, these will come under the miscellaneous. You can say this your keyboard. Total 104 keys you have, character keys, numbers keys, and next the special keys, functional keys. Okay, and this keyboard is connected to your CPU using this type of, and you will get a flat socket also. Okay, so you understood keyboard keys. Total how many keys we have? 104, and that keyboard consists of different types of keys: character keys, numeric keys, navigational keys, and functional keys, control keys, toggle keys, and miscellaneous keys. Okay, again whenever you will get this question based on the marks you rate. Okay, if it is only input devices for a short answer, short question, then just you need to give the list of the keys. But same question if they give if they give for a essay, then what happened? You need to write complete definition of each and every key and what is the name of the key. Understood? Now come to the second input device, mouse. Okay, mouse. See, this is your mouse. This is your another input device, mouse. This is a mouse. Okay, like this we'll press. And this is actually this is also it is called as a pointing device. Mouse is called as a pointing device. Okay, so pointing device means you can point out objects on the screen. Okay, so if you are clicking on that any object, what it means, that will be supplied as an input to the system. Okay, and this mouse is used to control the movement of the cursor on the system. Okay, so it is an input device. It is used to select object, and it is used to select any file, folder and all. And yeah, for every mouse, using a mouse, you can control the action of the cursor on the screen. Okay, and mouse contains two buttons. This is the left button, this is the right button. Okay, left button is used to select the object. Means placing mouse pointer. Example, here you have a file like this, and your mouse pointer on this. When your mouse pointer is on that object and you are clicking on that object, then what happened? That file will be opened. That is the left button. It is used to select the object. Okay, and next right button. This right button is also there. What is the use of the right button? Same, mouse pointer is on the object, and you are pressing the right button. Okay, so what happened? It will display the properties of that object. Means what is the name of the file, what is the size of the file, when it is created, okay, when it is modified, complete drop down list you will get. Okay, about means what actions you can perform on that object and what is the properties of that file. Everything. Right clicking on that object, you will get complete information about that object. Okay, what actions so you can perform on that also you will get. And this mouse will keep on any flat surface. Okay, so when you are moving this, same actions you will get on the system. So that is why it is used to control the action of the cursor. Understood? So this is your second input device, mouse. It has two buttons, left button, right button. Left button is used to select the object and right button is used to display the options of that object. Clear? Now, what next one? Next input device is a scanner. I think all these devices are familiar to you. Scanner. So what is a scanner? See example, I have a scanner, I will show you. This is your scanner. Okay, so here this is a door of the scanner, is a lid of the scanner. Between this opening and closing, inside the scanner will keep the paper. So whatever paper you kept inside that scanner, it is like one device. It has door. Between this opening and closing, between this door and the system, if you are keeping any paper, whatever there is on that paper. Okay, example, if you have any text on that paper, as it is, image of that paper is transferred to your system. Example, I kept this inside the scanner, this paper. So whatever text, whatever images are there, as it is, will get the image of this paper into the system in the digital format. So this scanner will convert the general hard copy into a digital format so that the system can identify what it is. Means the system can read the information. So that is why scanner is called as an input device. Input device. It scans the paper. It scans any object or any paper actually. So when it scans the paper, whatever is there on that paper, that will be transmitted as a digital image into the system. Okay, what is a digital format? Already I have explained. It's a machine understandable language. The machine will understand only the machine language. That is 0 and 1. So whatever you want to store into the system, that should be in a digital format. So this scanner will convert the information whatever is there on the paper into the digital format. Okay. Next, the next input device is a barcode reader. I think you have seen this barcode reader in the shopping malls and in some shops. You see this is a barcode reader. Okay. In the shopping malls and in a different malls, using the scan. Example, this is price tag. Here you will get like this. The one pattern you will get in a thick black color. So when you keep this barcode reader on this pattern, whatever actual price is there, that will be transferred to your system. Okay, that is a barcode reader. Okay, but it will read only the barcodes. Understood? And it is a pattern printed, means it is concerned with only the pattern printed. Here the pattern is printed and it is used to scan the information whatever is there in the pattern. Okay, and next this is very fast and error free, because whenever you keep your barcode reader on the pattern, immediately the price of that product will be transferred to your machine within a fraction of seconds. So that is why this is called as a fast and error free. Understood? This is also input device. And how it is an input device? Whatever information is kept inside this pattern, that will be transferred to your system. So it is transferring a price of the product to the system. So it is giving some input to the system. So that is why it will also come under the input device. Okay. Now the next device is the next input device is a digital camera. Okay. So digital camera is like this. You can see the digital camera here. Digital camera. Okay. So actually what it is the input device. What input it will supply to the system? Images. So it will take the pictures, and that pictures are transferred to a system in the form of digital. Okay. So it will transfer the images, whatever it is captured, into the system. Actually whatever images it is captured, whatever pictures it has captured, that is in a graphical format. So in order to store the system, that graphical format should be converted into a digital format. Okay, but it is giving a input. What type of input it is giving? It is giving a graphical format. Images it is giving as an input to the system. And what is the next one? That is a touch sensitive screen. Touch sensitive screen. It is the fifth one. Touch sensitive screen. For this touch sensitive screen, I'll give you one best example. Have you seen ATM centers? In ATM centers, you will get one screen like this. Actually, it is called as a touch sensitive display. So here you will get some information or some text on the screen, and you can select that particular information by touching on that. Means directly you can use, you no need to use any other device. Just by touching on that particular object, that will be given as an input. Okay. Why? Because this is a touch sensitive display. So wherever you touch that particular object, that will be considered as a input to your system. Okay. The maximum this type of input we'll see in a touch in a ATM centers only. Okay. It is just like a monitor only, but that screen is different. That is a touch screen, that is. Okay, so whenever you touch on on any object on that screen, that will be given as a input to the system. So this is a touch sensitive screen. Okay, so here whatever is there on that touch screen, that will be considered as an input. What is the next input device? Magnetic ink character, MICR. Magnetic ink character recognition. For this, I'll give you one example. This is your bank check example. Okay, so at the bottom of the check, you will get characters, numbers like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So these are all it's a common number only, but these numbers are printed with some different ink. Okay, and here we have some devices, magnetic ink character recognition devices, which are used to identify these characters. These are the special characters. Okay, and with these characters, you can get the account holder information. So these are not small general numbers. These numbers are printed with some special ink, and that special ink is identified with magnetic ink character recognition devices only. Okay, this is the next input device. Next, light pen. light pen is also example. This is a device. Here is a light pen example. Instead of the finger, in the touch sensitive device, I said with the finger, you can select the object on the screen. But using a light pen, example is a light pen, you can select any object. Maximum this type of input device will get on the mobile phones, China mobiles. They will give you some thin pen. Using that, you can select the object on the screen. Okay, so that is a light pen. Next, the next one is magnetic reader. So magnetic reader is also input device, but what input it will give? See example in any shopping malls, whenever you will give a ATM card, a debit card or any credit card, they will use one device to swipe that card. So that is called as a magnetic reader. So whatever magnetic information is there on that ATM card or any debit card, that is read by only the magnetic reader. So magnetic reader is also an input device. What type of input it is give? Whatever information is there on the debit card and credit card, that is printed with the magnetic ink. So that is read by the magnetic reader only. So whatever information is there in that on that debit card or credit card, that means immediately whenever it reads the card, it will identify the user, who is the user of that card. Okay, that user information is stored inside that ATM or debit card, and that is read by the magnetic reader. Okay, so actually this reader is whenever the user swipes a debit or credit card, in order to identify the user's information, this input device is used. Okay, the next one is microphone. Microphone. So this is also a common device. This device is used to supply voice of the user to a system. Okay, whatever the user speak, that is converted into a digital format and stored inside in the form of record inside the system, the digital format. Okay, so like this we have a number of input devices, OMR sheet, okay, OCR, like number of some 10 to 12 devices you have, but depends on your marks you write in the exam. Okay, so all these input devices are used to supply the user input to the system, and that user input can be a text, that can be a number, or that can be any audio, that can be any video, or that can be any image. Okay, so different devices are used to supply different types of input to the system, but that devices will come under input, whatever type of input they will supply, but that will come under the input category. Okay, so this is about your input devices. In the next class, we will discuss about the output devices. Thank you.